Live and alive. Look, look, look. See these grays in my beard and in my chin? Huh? Even in my nose hairs and my eyebrows? I earned those grays. And I'm grateful for it. Super grateful. You can earn your grays too. Or you can dye them, but they can't be diluted. Now, what am I talking about right now for today's live? Wishing, Ezriah, I think to myself today, wow, as I got done with this integration session, the integration, not a disintegration session, although that happens. Thinking to myself, man, I really wish I had me 10, 15, 20 years ago. Because the work that I'm able to do, what I'm able to bring to the lives of these young brothers, these men, even some of the older men, in the form of a mastermind, because I get it, it's amazing. The integration sessions, what do they help people to do? I'm helping folks to deal with addiction, to navigate that space, helping them to integrate the journey with psychedelics, also their relationships, the change in dynamics of relationship that can happen when a person gets divorced, breaks up, gets introduced to a new form of themselves. And so for me, I went through a lot of things, and when I was looking for help, I would, and it's funny to me now, but I was a cautionary tale. I literally, you know what my nickname was from Uncle Dave Mendez, right? A beautiful Mexican man that I worked with back in the beginning of my, you could say, fatherhood days, coming out of college. He called me Perro Flaco. He made up a story, which was actually my life, and turned it into a soap opera. Or what do they call those, a novella? And he would say, oh, pobre Perro Flaco, like the story of Perro Flaco. Or you go to another family member and you tell them, hey, I'm going through this. And my family members, bless them, I've had some family tell me, wow. And I'm thinking, okay, you're going to give me some advice? And they say to me, I'm so disappointed in you. And I'm just like, oh, talk to you later. It's okay. So at this point, I'm not hurling thunderbolts of disappointment. I'm not making fun of people as if they're cautionary tales, because I'm reconciling my own. What I get to do is hold these gatherings with the men, and I get to be me of tomorrow, today, to the me that is right now. In other words, there are a bunch of versions of yourself that are walking around in this current time and place. And some of us have earned gray hairs upon our face. And what we can do without leaving a trace of anything that we don't want is we can invest in them. And so really the work that I get to do, I get to be the man that I needed in my life years ago in the lives of so many men. Some of them, of course, may take me for granted. It's okay. I'm not for them. I may work in places that don't really see the full value. Well, it's okay because I'm still getting to understand my full value. So I look at it like, hey, this is life. But look at this. This is the workhorse. See this? My Hydrolux, the Mach 1, still keeping me hydrated between that and watermelon, which I wish I had that back in the day too. I think I would love for you all, those of you who are catching this now, and I get to keep this one also short, to consider the gift of the wisdom that you've cultivated, the actual wisdom that you're applying, and grant that to the people around you. Find a way to distill what you know and impart that as a gift to those who are ready and willing to receive. Now, what do I host in Tulum? Of course, I have the men's groups, Masterminds, which is my favorite thing to do, and really that's really what's going on in all the groups. Relationship mastermind, business mastermind. Why can I interchange them? Because you get the same tangible results. In fact, if you focus on the relationship, you start to look at business in another way, through another paradigm, through a different frame. Because a lot of what goes wrong and goes right is about the way that we relate to one another with the common goal of exchange, or to create or to gain something in terms of revenue, and then be able to live a certain way based on that. Or for some people, it's just to keep on accumulating. So good relationships equal good business relationships equals also good family relationships. A good relationship with yourself will create a great relationship with family. Today I've been working hard. I did complete my challenge, and I have also earned what I smell in the background. I'm making some waffles today. Not just any kind of waffles. Gluten-free, avena, protein, spirulina, banana-flavored waffles. How are you? Where are you at right now? What have you accumulated in your wisdom? How can you impart that to the people around you? How do you discern who is receptive to the wisdom that you are? There's a saying about not casting your pearls to swines. Right? What does it mean? There are things that have come as a result of the journey that can help you and can benefit certain people, and some people may dismiss the knowledge. But it's okay, it's not for them. What's nice is when you share the knowledge, no matter who's around you, it implants itself in the soil of their being, because we're like tape recorders. And you never know what strange person who you might have thought would never receive the wisdom may at some point come into a proper space for that wisdom to germinate based on the environment, based on a life circumstance, based on a disillusionment. So I want to thank all of you, any of you, for tuning in, and I'm going to get my waffle, but I also want to invite you to Bill and Ted that thing. You, right now, in this frame, in this timeless time that you get to share, can take a moment, cultivate the wisdom, think about all the ways that you wish you had a you back in the day, some of you, right? And how can you grant that to yourself? Well, all the people walking around here are aspects of you, right? You are connected. We don't know where our connection really ends and begins. What we have is a visible spectrum of light and a perception and a paradigm that we've been given. Sometimes people go through experiences that shift their ability to see, feel, hear, smell, touch, taste, etc., the sensual perception, and they open up to other senses, and they begin to realize, wow, I'm not so different from the tree, or the plant, or the mantis. These are things that may be communicating with you in a different way. So much more the people and the individuals in your immediate environment. So my intention is, of course, to make community a better place, to come into deeper levels of integrity within myself, to close out loops, and of course I want to dive deeper spiritually. So I'm sharing up to 60 different lives before I leave, and I'm sharing information that I'm sure, if you think about it, if you open your heart to it, you can make use of this. Awakened soul and interiorista. Long time no see, Bailey. How are you? Happy that you joined in. I want you guys to consider what it is to have you for yourself back in the day. What I was told not too long ago in a reading, it was a beautiful human design reading, is I get to be the parent that I didn't have back in the day, to augment the parents that I had. Aloha! How are you? And so here we are on a Tuesday. Knocked out a lot of things today. I got some waffles going in the background. I like them extra crunchy, so I'll let it go. I'm going to wrap soon. And the intention was to share. I really wished I had me back in the day, as I was thinking, wow, how fortunate these guys are to have a man who's saying, okay, I'm going to chill on a relationship. I'm going to dedicate myself like a man doula to the cause of just taking all these energies that I was putting here and here and focus them into supporting men. Because I know that support benefits women. So I do 8-week man-embodiment masterminds. I do masterminds with other businesses. I do masterminds with the men's groups at large. I do masterminds where I bring men and women together because I understand the dynamics of a mastermind. Now, the duration of the mastermind is another story. Getting everyone aligned into a harmonious thought to, plant a seed in the ethers for germination, but you only got to do it for a little bit of time. Why? Because we have an ephemeral nature about us, and to keep everyone phase locked in is a powerful thing, but it's difficult. We are more likely as a group of humans and individuals to be imparted and imposed upon to have negative thought forms in which we're all of the same hive mind and we're creating negative things. And so we're not stuck in that. So I am adept at that, right? Especially people who can just relax into authority, because I'm navigating with that kind of authority, but it's the authority to serve. And, the wisdom and the insight to serve, to put it into action, to align us for a common goal, which could be having better relationships, more fulfillment, coming into your authentic self, making better decisions based on discernments that navigate and also use judgments and don't divorce you from your ego states, but allow you to look at them and view them and come into a different context. And you don't throw away your dark side, but you learn how to bring that quote-unquote dark side, right, into a unified, coherent intention so that you can create. What am I creating right now? Gatherings, support, opportunities for us to grow and I'm sharing information. Lena, I'm going to sign off because I got some amazing waffles growing in the background that I earned today because I did my challenge. I had, an amazing mini mastermind integration. Now I'm starting to say that, okay, Ez is going to begin to do more ceremonies, ritual events, and have integration support, as well as some of the physical, not in special cases, physical manipulation, massage, and whatnot, and then energy work, which is going to be lit indeed for those who can receive. And so for today, I was saying, man, I wish I had a me. After I got off that last mastermind and the integration call, back to back, I was like, damn, if only I had me way back in the day. But I'm like, really, I did at some degree. And right now, the me's that are around have me. So it works. It's good enough for me. And I'm inviting you all for the you that you wish you had as a youth that you are now, be that you to other people because they're also you. No word salad here. And we can extend it, we can pay it forward, and we can also pay it backwards. We do these quantum healings, we get together and we navigate through the time that doesn't exist, right? And we are able to heal in that way. But hey, we don't have to get so complicated with it. Just be good to the people around you. Tap into and find out who you are. I hope I'm not burning that waffle. And then as you tap into the who that you are, that you love, that you wish you could share, find out a way to share it. Now, what do I excel in? My mind may seem like I'm doing a lot of things, but I'm able to hold it all together. All those things look like this in one direction, but for me, it's like this. It's following me, right? That's a good illustration. So, and that's how I incarnated. So just to say this, you have the power to help the people around you because they're an extension of you. And there may be aspects of you that are trying to create resistance and disempower you. I have certain prices for the things that I do. It is up to my discretion to shift the prices. Why? Because I know already the value that I give. It's valuable to be able to take someone through addiction, to be confident and say, hey, if you're trusting and you're willing to walk the path with me, I know I'll walk with you until the end. And the end being the end of a version of you that is filling a void with something that really isn't beneficial to your long-term goal and the expansion of your character and the attainments of who you've really come here to be. Unless you for sure came here to be a junkie, then that's a different story. Most of us have come here to have an expanded experience and we play a role for time, right? To be able to help a man nowadays recontextualize how he looks at the women in his life, how he's looking at the children that he's having. Hold on, let me open my waffle real quick. Oh yeah. Thanks for not leaving. Look at this bad boy. I got one more on the cook. Not burnt, perfectly crispy. And like I said, gluten-free, delicious avena, spirulina, and I didn't denature it. We can talk about that later. Banana, whipped in there, delicious. Thank you, Lena. I appreciate it. And I'm also proud of you. And I'm excited to be in these moments and to share and to get to witness each other. Now, I didn't lose my train of thought. And I want to eat that waffle while it's warm so I can wrap it by saying, yes, I wish I had this version of me. Great. Now I can be that to my inner child. What does that look like? Being that to the children around me. Being that to the men around me. Allowing for stern, reproach if I'm off, but with the intention, which means I'm discerning who I surround myself with, right? With the intention of coming to a place of a better understanding, more stable version of who I am as a man, and then beginning to bring that into the world. Us men, in our journey of remembering our masculinity, we're being bombarded with a lot of stuff, right? Where there are many conversations that I'm not afraid to get into, but also don't have to, right? But I can list some things. How are we navigating what we've been exposed to in regards to the thing that they call feminism? Do we even understand that? Do we understand, is there a thing called masculinism? Do we understand, how that's been beneficial and not beneficial? Do we understand many of the constructs that we are being subjected to and what that actually does within us based on a long-term study? Now, in that last post that I did with the praying mantis, I said, I've been watching, I've been taking notes. Look, I don't know if you can, let me see if you can zoom in. See that table? Okay, 4 of those are notebooks. Let me zoom back out. Here's another notebook. I can get off my own job. Doesn't matter. But I have, a long time of really chronicling, first just being blown away by life, but looking at some of the nuances that I believed were speaking to me in the form of apparitions. One such is the appearance of a mantis, where there are no mantises, and all of a sudden there's a certain mantis in my path. Well, because of the way that I look at the world, not necessarily through animism, but I see what's animated, and I know that these things are codified, and they symbolize certain things, or at least they trigger the remembering for me. And so because I've taken journals over 20 years, I can say that, oh, wow, almost every year around August, I have even some video on Instagram of me with the mantis, probably from August 2019. I'm on Hawaii, okay, at Kahumana Farms, going through a similar time where I'm thinking I feel the call to dive deeper into my spirituality, the whole thing spiritual, and to honor myself, say, yo, what up, Salim? And, so in that process, I decide, okay, I'm asking myself, am I on the right path? Certainly asking for some guidance from nature. In this space, being back on Oahu and in Waianae, boy, Nanakuli, on the west side. I love the west sides of all of the islands. And I love the west sides of the U.S. as well. Yes, I'm a Brooklyn person, but rather love the west side. Well, I'm out there. Here come the mantis. In Hawaii, many times, here comes the mantis. I finished my initiation with the Bwiti, working with Iboga medicine. First, animal creature that I run into, besides the Taos parrot, rest in peace, was a mantis, right outside my door. Only mantis I saw the whole time I was in Gabon. Not to say that there weren't more, but I know, because I've been in a dialogue with them, when they show up, it's like, okay, step further into this path. You're on the right path. Be not afraid. It's going to work out, but also do your homework. Get started. So after this live, with the exception of maybe one conversation, I'm going to disappear probably for about 6 hours, because I think the sign is I was going to start after I did my lives, but I think the call is for me to start now. So I have to dive deeper into my process of growing and studying and learning. And I already know, it's probably for an upcoming Iboga ceremony and some support, right? The integration support is here. What does it look like? Riyadh likes to journey with people from 8 to 16 weeks to a year. And there's people who I've served in ceremony that happened 3-4 years ago. Well, guess what? I'm still available to them. So my understanding of what it is to integrate, even though I haven't articulated it in a certain way for some people, is still sound. And I can stand on it. Why? Because I have my notes, which can be thought of as clinicals. Hey, we didn't always have typewriters, right? And typewriters, you guys know what that is? And computers. That's funny, because I started off with typewriters. I have the information, I have the data, I look it over, okay? And then I'm also committed to a long-term journey, because as far as I'm concerned, if I take you through ceremony, if I take you through a retreat, a gathering, an event, ceremony to me is very expanded. It's not minimized, it's really expanded. Then I seek to understand the karmic connection that we have, and I take responsibility for it. Why? I'm just built like that. What to say? But I also like it. So today, I'm sore. I'm sore from my 30-day challenge, and I think 5 or 6 days in, and I'm so fucking happy about it. One, because to get sore, unless you do the workout wrong, you got to be doing something, and that also denotes growth. Sometimes. I know that there's different states of mind on that. 2, I'm excited because my brain is working, I'm thinking, I'm feeling, I'm receiving, and I'm getting to share and to help. I'm always doing the numbers thing, so I'm thinking if that's even necessary. 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, okay? 12, it just feels good. I know that I'm in alignment, and I'm open to what the universe has to show me. I'm navigating a different form and different dynamic of relationship, because I've been through this process of having to say goodbye to so many things that I was tending to cling to. And so that's been the biggest issue for me. Maybe I have to say goodbye to this villa that I'm falling in love with so much. Not before I get it cracking up in here. And so that's life. Why? In the end, can we have a conversation after you do a 5, 10, 15-minute check-in? Or live after that? Let's plan for it, because I have something that I'm going to do right after this. So tell me what you think. Send me a private DM, and I'll check in. I'm going to close. And then the next thing that we have coming up for Ezriya, besides my long journey of study And this delicious waffle, and also the second one, since there's still more batter, it's the men's group, Wednesday. Right? Thursday, I'm not doing any events Thursday. I'm resting. I'm going to study Thursday. But I may meet with some people. Friday, hip-hop, rap collective. Well, guess what? I'm playing a low role. Why? Because Saturday I have an event that's very important. And so I'll be preparing. And I'm going to conserve. I'm going to save this creation seed. I'm going to save so that I can expel words, sound alchemy, so I can allow my channel to open up so that we can navigate the water vortex, the energy vortex, and also have an opportunity for people to love, be loved upon, to receive, to release, to trust, to be guided by a man that some of them may not know, and who the people that show up, there's only 10 spots, okay? So I want to keep it tight. Could maybe fit 12 people in the experience, but guess what? If it's just a few people, I'm going to spread all the goodness on those who show up. So if you've already, which you have, some of you, if you've already signed up and you've completed your registration, great. Bring something comfortable. Bring your bathing suit. Bring a towel. If you have a yoga mat, bring the yoga mat. If you don't, it's okay. Definitely at least want a towel, right? And then expect to maybe stay an hour later and eat light beforehand. We'll have some fruit. I'll prepare something, a little something for you guys. I'm going to love on y'all. So just be patient and be ready to receive, okay? And it's going to be in a respectful way, not like trying to have a sex. I'm not doing sex parties. I think that you can attain and really connect with yourself in the presence of other people in a way, and I'm not sex negative either. I'm positive about these things, but that's not what I'm doing right now. So what I'm doing is nurturing, father vibe, healing vibe, sexy daddy vibe for sure, but and so you may feel activation and activated in the space. You take that activation and you cycle it through yourself and be rejuvenated. Because my goal, my intention, my orders are not to, but it's to, you dig? And so sharing with you. Oh, Saturday is going to be amazing. Spread the word. Also, if there's some people that you'd like to have the experience with, male or female, it's good. I will take care of the men that show up. It's not just about me trying to be fly or something for the women. The poetry is channeled. So we get to tap into those aspects. So men need a chance, need the opportunity to be held in a space with men that they trust. I know what it is to work with men that I trust with my life. And I put it to the test. And guess what? Those are the people that I miss when I'm not around, when I'm around flaky people. Because I'm like, man, this is where you flake? The fuck? Only as a call to action for myself, but also to recognize where I need to be discerning. And so, with that said, one more time, guys, gentlemen, ladies, you are a special you nowadays. At this moment, you've cultivated, some aspects that show that you've cultivated wisdom and you've been on a journey. I'm inviting you to be a philanthropist of the heart as I am, and to pay it forward by helping the you of yesterday that exists today, taking the opportunity to distill some of the wisdom and display that distillation in action and help someone from a full cup. Even, okay, fine, sometimes a half full cup, and that might fill your cup. I'm not trying to create a negative spiral, right, of seeking, because we have that nature too, but really to say, we have more than we think we have. Give from that space, okay? And recognize that in doing so, you are, again, playing the game with the timelines, because you're helping you of yesterday that exists today, because those constructs are just a joke. Says as, and some other way smarter people than myself. Thank you so much for your time, for your vision. Lo, shoot me a text so I can see what you want to talk about, and I can already tell you this is the time for me to jump into it. And I just wish you the best. Mucho aloha. See you soon. Y'all can shoot me messages if you wish. Also spread the word. Again, what I'm doing, and I'm going to open up space. I'm working on myself to open up the energetic space, but we can already step into it. I want to begin to work with at least 3 more men in the one-on-one masterminds. That's an 8-week program where we are cultivating the aspects that bring you your fulfillment. Tangibles. You will likely end up making more money. You're going to have an enjoyable relationship with the people around you, whether it's your mom and your dad, with your mommy and daddy issues, which okay, or a deceased parent, we can correct that too. Your children. Another way to look at and recontextualize your children. Your wife. Some of you guys are holding a lot of grudges against your wife that have to do with women that came way before her, even up to your mama. We can work on that. Why? I have the aptitude, and I've done it. Your father, again, I'm bringing up the parents because it's a big thing in the spiritual community. We spend a lot of time with mommy, daddy, grandpa, grandmama issues here, and we lose time in the present. So why don't we streamline some of that, all right? And that may take a little tough talk, but also the support and the practices. Then there's, health, wealth, relationship, sexual satisfaction. We can dig into the physiology that you're navigating. I tell you, brothers, we spend a lot of time touching it, but we don't really get in touch with it. And so there's an opportunity for you to actually learn about the physiology of your body. I'm going to begin to do workshops with my brother Source. Now we're going to speak to different ways of you utilizing the different plants around you to be able to bring preventative medicine and restorative healing to yourself. And we'll get into the healing factors that you have, like Wolverine. Some parts of your body heal a lot faster. So you may go to a doctor and they tell you to take some action based on something that they've witnessed, but they're not speaking to you about how long that the cells in a certain region of your body take to reproduce, and you may have other options. And then you have a little bit of time to witness versus going the chemical route. This is from someone who's navigated with radiation treatment and who's been very close at hand to people who've navigated with the port and been in spaces of chemo, systematic destruction. And then you still need something to reboot your system, to heal it, to help you, okay? And it can be localized too, and the same thing with the radiation treatments, which are two of the options besides removal, and then that. And so, there's a lot for us to talk about. And I can talk a lot, but soon I will stop the talking. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you for tuning in. See you soon. Awaken the Soul community. Awaken. Lena, the original me, my soul surfer. Love you, girl. Low. See what it do. Thank you so much for tuning in. Share this message with people. Also, let the brothers and the men in your life know. The main thing that I loved and I wished I had before was a single man who I felt I respected, who I could trust, truly trust, to share all of what I was and to give me some context and some guidance to let me know, hey, maybe I'm fucking up, maybe I'm not. Can I trust this person? Can I trust this woman? What is a good next step that I might be able to take to make my life better? How should I be thinking about, the fact that I am now a father and I have a wife? How can I speak to the quote-unquote interracial dynamics of my relationship and maybe salvage it? How can I express what I'm feeling to my partner? What are some materials that could help me come into balance? So there's a lot that I get to offer these men, and so far everyone's pretty happy. And so I'm proud of everyone who's trusted and gone in with me. I offer some other ways to help you build. If financially you can't afford the 8-week program, well then I have single sessions. One single session where we create a blueprint to get you in the space, whether you choose to go with me or not, but you're well on your way. And the things that I'm giving you, I know, will help you to get into a space where you can navigate a deeper journey with me or someone else. And you may shift, but at least you'll be following a blueprint, and at least you have it. And once we start to work together, you still have access to me. So there it is, Ezra, in a nutshell. How did I get in this nutshell? My dad humor. Pierre Papi, what's up, my man? Good to see you. Hope to check in with you at some time soon. Shoot me a message, let me know how life is treating you. What is unfolded? All right, please, brother, also you, review this, start from the beginning. You get the gist of what I'm saying 5 minutes in, and tag other brothers, other men, other black men, brown men, light-skinned men, different melanin content men who are navigating in the world, who think we're so different based on our religion, our persuasions, our region of interest, our different military backgrounds and whatnot. Well, guess what? We share something in common. We're men. We're in man bodies, hence man-bodiment. We're on a journey. There is responsibility that society may have expectations for us that we already vibe with, so we're okay with it. There's some expectations that shouldn't be placed on us, and we need to come together in a consensus to say, no, that's not my kuleana. Kuleana meaning responsibility that is meaningful and a gift to have. I bid you guys the shaka, aloha, and thank you.